Warp on down to the Mack Cast Pro Wrestling Tee Store and get your 8-bit on with the brand new retro Mack Attack tee. Get an extra life when you buy any t-shirt and get a copy of Mack Attack, the Mackumentary for free. Available now only at www.prowrestlingtees.com/MackCast.
Ladies and gentlemen, currently broadcasting, accompanied by trainee number 1 from France. He is Monster Mack.
Holy freaking crap, everybody!
That one on purpose. It scared me.
And welcome to another edition of the Mack Cast. Oh, I'm excited. Are you, Trainee?
I'm pretty excited, dude.
Because we got 3 good dudes, and they're in the Mack Mansion, ready to do their podcast. It's like a crossover.
No, we're doing our podcast.
Oh, we're doing ours? They're not putting this on their website?
The intro of our podcast.
I thought we just mix it up and we just put it on the internet. Everyone puts it up. Everyone puts it up.
Download it. Somebody.
I'm not sure. You're the tech guy, dude. I don't know how any of that works.
I'm not even that good at it, man.
We need a new tech guy. Any of the other trainees know that shit?
No.
No,
That's
I didn't
part
think
of the
so.
problem.
That's why you're number 1, brother. Always in my heart. Oh, you do. The table's yours.
I was flustered. From the
I
compliment.
appreciate that, man. I'm blushing myself into this mask.
So who the hell's here? You said we got 3 good dudes.
We got 3 good dudes, dude, and only you're the number 1 trainee is good enough to do the intro. So it's you. You're the intro guy. I'm gonna say, guys. I'm not gonna know their names sometimes. So
he doesn't know our names.
Still.
No. We got JC Mox. I figured it out by now. The first podcast we did, I probably didn't know you guys' names, but I do. You got JC Mox. You got Lumberjake, of course, my brother from another mother.
He's a big Lumberjake supporter.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I want that T-shirt too, JC Mox. I've been digging for that. I'm not gonna pay full price. That's goddamn bullshit. I want worker discount.
You know what I want? I want your Mack Attack shirt. I want that Adventures of Monster Mack and Trainee number 1.
Oh, and
You guys can do a trade.
a T-shirt trade.
They're gone.
You don't want the shit that we have right now. No, it's a pretty good shirt. You should buy it.
Don't say that. Don't diss our own shirts on our podcast.
I'm not down for gray shirts. And we got Mikey Pava in the house, baby. He's waiting for it. Dude, I wasn't going to leave you hanging.
I thought you were going to call him Skip Pavo over here. You're just going to jump right over.
And they're in the house, and they're here to do a crossover with us. We're talking some crossovers.
We're just doing a podcast.
We're doing a goddamn podcast with the 3-Way Theater in the house, baby.
3-Way Theater plug. Guys, I've listened to a couple of episodes after the one that we were on, and I enjoyed them. I'm enjoying it.
So yeah, we watch pro wrestling,
Right.
Movies.
And pro wrestling movies.
You could have totally grabbed my mic.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, but we're too close because we have to share everything.
We're too close, and we're also 3 peas in a pod.
Cast.
So yeah,
Awful catchphrase.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And what the website's
3waytheater.com.
not erotic.
I mean,
No.
it gets pretty erotic.
We're erotic personally, but
Yeah.
the podcast is pretty tame, really.
Tame. I don't know. I said a lot of bad things about Shane Douglas on your podcast.
The man does not like Shane Douglas his whole entire life.
I don't know why it's a thing. It's just there. I don't know. I can't figure it out.
So whose podcast are we doing right now?
This is ours. This is our
Ours or theirs.
podcast. Yeah.
So we came up with the dope Wrestle Crap idea. We're going to talk
that
some
was-
Wrestle Crap. But it's my podcast, dude. We're doing Wrestle Crap on the Mack Cast.
I believe you say whenever you have guests on that, you're just free-forming and just talking. And
some free form. Yeah.
Well, we're free-forming about Wrestle Crap.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down.
Now, for those that don't know, and so pre-YouTube and Botchamania and all that, us old folk, we had to go find our shitty wrestling by going on Wrestle Crap, and it wouldn't even, you'd get these like 5 to 10 second clips of awful on like Windows Movie Player, and it would describe the terrible scenario that happened and all that jive.
They'd only update it like every 2 weeks, and I'd wait for that update to happen.
That was one of my regular checks. I updated every Wednesday.
And not.
Then,
go ahead.
yeah, it would get more sporadically more between.
And not only that, I was a big fan of the message board, the Wrestle Crap message board, which was great.
I love Wrestle Crap. I actually won the movie Slammed from a Wrestle Crap radio contest, like a giveaway, because they asked. I got question of the week, and that's how I came upon my copy of Slam.
You can check out our episode of Slammed at threewaytheater.com.
Plug.
I like it.
Besides the threewaytheater.com, I have no idea what you guys are talking about with that Wrestle
You
Crap.
don't remember Wrestle Crap?
No, of course I remember Wrestle Crap. I know it as the book, though. I'm sorry, guys. I was not informed.
All right. That's
I
not
know it
bad.
as the Wrestle Crap book, so.
That's way out.
Yeah, so I have no.
Goddamn mind.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know any of this Wrestle Crap,
You know,
though.
I'm saying you're nuts, and you obviously know what Wrestle Crap is, and you just in your brain. No, you're nuts. It's not the
more
book.
than the book.
I know it's more than the book, but it's the book.
So should we explain what Wrestle Crap is at this point? Because
It's
all right,
the worst in pro wrestling. It's
Well, the worst, but the best of the worst.
listen, I love
Me too.
shitty
Yes.
wrestling.
yeah, big fan. We've been doing it for years.
Yes.
We've been doing our own shitty
All of
wrestling for
us.
years.
For like
And then we like to go to other shows and partake.
Yeah, we love watching shitty wrestling. We love just chuckling at shitty wrestling because, wrestling's silly, and when it's bad, it's amazing.
And we're not sitting there trying to be like, we're not shitting on the talent and what they're doing, but sometimes a match just doesn't work. Sometimes an angle doesn't work. And you gotta laugh at it. If we laugh at ourselves, we laugh at the bad things that we do. So, I mean, it's all in good fun. We're all,
Yeah, there's an old stage phrase that says nobody can play bad violin like an amazing violin player. That's completely opposite in wrestling. Only the worst wrestlers can put on the best matches of horrible wrestling.
Because when you're a good wrestler and you're trying to wrestle horribly, it just is funny, and people understand that you're out there being funny. Like I don't know, I recently saw the clip of Triple H getting super kicked or something, and
he jumped down from the double axe handle.
okay, and they got the boot in the chin, right?
Yeah.
He fucking sold it like he was standing and wouldn't quite, and then woke up, and then went to take a step and took a face bump.
Took the big Ric Flair bump.
Right, hilarious, right?
How many boys in the back watch that and they're all laughing and having a great time? Exactly. And that's what it is for us.
Right.
People are doing stuff in the ring to make us laugh.
Whether they know it or not.
Right.
So we're gonna do our own versions of
Like a
Wrestle
Wrestle
Crap. Things
Crap.
we've been involved in or been a part of.
Scene.
Yeah, we're not going to bury anyone else. We're going to bury ourselves.
Oh,
We're
so
probably gonna bury other people accidentally.
Yeah, there will be
names will be named.
There will be collateral damage.
Listen, Jake wants to try to be nice guy Jake, but I'm prepared
Listen,
to
guys, I got a trivia quiz ready. Let's have some fun.
I mean, we did this last year, and we told some of our own stories, but I felt like doing it this time. Talking about the best of the worst is just where we should go.
Wait, I'm with you. I'm down.
the best of the worst. Oh, that's what Wrestle Crap is. I thought we were coming down to do this Mack Cast. Like, JC, what about that lumberjake shirt? I'm not going to pay full price for that's a bunch of wrestling crap. Come on, dude. I thought we were going to talk about that. Can I get a wrestling discount or what? It's a dope shirt. And what kind of wrestling
When
crap
did you
is
become
that,
Italian?
dude?
When the hell did that happen?
What?
Yeah, I thought so too.
What kind of wrestling crap is that? You know what I mean? You're making money off the man's T-shirt. You know what I mean? It's his image. You
Somebody's
make
gonna
that
make money
image.
off the shirt.
I promise you, we've made no money off of those shirts.
You guys made some money off of
And-
custom NCW cookies, though. I thought that was what was going
That all
on.
went to charity. We didn't get a dime of that either.
Oh, all right.
Pretty sweet though. That was very tasty lumberjack I had. It was delicious.
lumberjack?
He was lumberjake. He was
All right,
delicious.
that's a whole other podcast.
Oh, like the lumberjake pancakes. You're saying?
Yeah.
That's it. Very nice. So yeah, give me that T-shirt and the Monster Mac discount, which is absolutely free. Thank you very much.
Clearly, Monster Mac's been hitting that French wine.
So who wants to go first?
Oh, well, I just wanted to say, even before we jump into the Wrestle Crap stuff, congratulations last night on a successful wedding. Could have been Wrestle Crap itself.
Yes.
Well, okay, so maybe we should start there because we're less than 24 hours removed from the wedding of the year in NCW.
I think it was the millennium.
The Millennium.
The Willennium.
Yep. Big Willie style,
Willie style.
Insane Dick Lane and Delilah Hayden.
Will you stop stroking my knee?
I'm gonna hold this knee the entire.
All right,
I
okay.
didn't even see that.
Yeah,
Watch his
it's-
finger.
it
He
seems so
he does.
natural.
Yeah, it's I like it, but
Didn't
you know.
stand out of
You don't like it. That
Well,
much
there's
because-
people watching. Like, I get shy.
Everybody, let's all swivel that way.
Yeah, so there was high probability that the wedding that took place last night at NCW could have been the biggest Wrestle Crap moment in NCW history.
Could have done going bad.
Killed the company.
Even worse than Masa Mack hitting Doug Summers with an errant clothesline.
Yes,
The Benny Hill theme song.
and you can check that out on our previous episode.
That's a callback. That's what they call it.
So
It's a callback.
We definitely were prepared to possibly kill the town of Norwood last night.
We've killed towns before, and we'll do it again.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't make them do it.
as I've talked about in the last episode, I've been doing NCW for a while, but in my heart of hearts and my love of Wrestle Crap and crazy angles, wedding angles are always my favorite. Something bad always happens, things go crazy, and it's always been something that I wanted to do.
For a long time.
For a long time. And the budding romance of Dick Lane and Delilah Hayden in NCW was the perfect opportunity for them to go that route.
Yeah, who's ever seen a love grow like Dick Lane and Delilah Hayden's? I've never seen a couple take to each other like a fish to water.
I went out to eat with him one time at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I look over, and she's got her hand in his pocket.
Oh, yeah.
I felt
The
real
other
deal
hand
weird
smoking
about
a
it.
cigarette?
Yeah, something.
Yep.
Not in her own pocket, but in
Oh.
his pocket.
Somewhere Curry Boy's hanging from a rafter.
Leave Cucky Boy out of this.
He was right on the other side, too. It was strange.
Was she holding both of them at the same
No.
time?
No, he was just... Listen, I went out to trivia with
I was
them.
going to say, were you there with us that night? You might have been.
I was at trivia with them.
No, you guys were there at the other side with Kellen.
Oh, okay. But there was a
We were at the cool table.
The cool table with the
Yeah,
cool
with DJ
people.
AC
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Sammy DeLeon. You know, getting lit AF.
Oh, AF.
Yeah. By the way, I listened to the Cool People episode of the Mack Attack, and that was one of my favorite episodes because they taught me so much on cool things to say.
Right, because I had no idea either.
That's why they call them the cool people, guys.
So cool.
Get on the train.
I'm gonna listen to that podcast, and then I'm gonna kill all those words.
Choke 'em.
So we did the wedding last night, and it's been something that I've been planning for a long time. I had been a part of a previous New England independent wrestling wedding.
Right.
About 17 years ago. South Coast Championship Wrestling. So I guess we could start there, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a perfect place to start.
The earliest of all of us stories.
Picture this.
Sicily.
19. Okay.
A fog rolls in. I feel like we did this last time.
Sure did. We do it every
Exactly.
podcast.
South Coast Championship Wrestling.
Bob's Bar and
Bar
Grill.
in Bridgewater. That I'm setting the stage. JC, you take it from here.
So I was managing Highlight Kid, Davey Cash,
Young David.
Don Juan DeSanto, Amanda Storm,
Man.
duh,
Storm.
and we were X-rated was our
Sure
stable,
was.
and we were building towards the wedding of Don Juan DeSanto and Amanda Storm. The Reverend Shane Brannigan was going to be the minister for the proceedings.
Good old Shane.
I was the ring boy in more ways than one, and it was
Erotic question mark?
I mean, it was Bob's
Oh,
Bar and
wrestling, right,
Grill,
yeah.
so you know some things went down there. But it was something. I was very young at the time. It was 17 years ago, so I mean, I was a kid. I was still very new into the business, and they brought in the Rev, and Don Juan had his cummerbund, and Amanda Storm didn't wear underwear.
Well,
You may ask,
how do we know that?
Well, if you go to YouTube, you could probably look up video footage of this wedding. It's on there.
It's not like a maybe. You definitely can.
Yeah.
And
Until it gets flagged.
so
Flagged for
now this was
vagina.
17 years ago, so we're in a different time, a different age. Fans were less kind with their
For sure.
right. So in a lot of Amanda Storm matches featured a lot of chants about her penis that she may or may not have had.
Yeah, whether or not she may have male genitalia.
Right.
By the way, no, and I love Amanda Storm.
Mike Pava got a name drop in her book.
In her book, Black Widow.
Say what?
Yeah.
I did not know
was
that.
married with Amanda Storm.
You got married to
in
Amanda
that way.
Storm?
Not in that way, but
Was it in a ring? Did you guys do it in the ring?
No. I was basically stuck with Amanda Storm for a very long, and that's not a bad
And
thing.
stuck,
Like,
stuck sounds bad, but
right,
you mean
but
like
it was
yeah,
for a long time.
In
We
the
had,
sense he's stuck with Lumberjake for many years.
yeah, I'm stuck.
Right.
In the sense that it's stuck in my shoe and I just can't quite get it off for a very long time.
Yeah, so, well, Mikey was a part of these shows at SCCW, which I didn't realize until years later that we were already kind of tangling with one another back in the day.
I think I may have wrestled Damian Houston on that show.
Yep, R.I.P.
Rest in peace.
That's what it means, R.I.P. That's right. So we did this big wedding, and the fans are chanting, fuck you, Amanda! Fuck you, you fucking man!
As fans will do.
Don Juan DeSanto's trying to be the nice guy and everything else. And they were like, are you gonna suck her dick after?
Now, a lot of you indie fans who are listening right now might be like, this is preposterous, and how dare they say such things in a safe place is pro wrestling. And it's in the 90s, man,
It's
and the
in the
late
90s.
90s and the early 2000s.
It's in a
Fans
bar.
did not give a fuck.
A bar which was 21 plus.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have been in that bar because I was
underage. Yeah, I jumped off. I jumped off that bar, knocking people's drinks over. It was fantastic.
You think ECW had a lot to do with that?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
100%, especially at that time.
Yeah.
Yankee and South Coast.
Yes. If it wasn't for ECW, I probably would never have even gotten like a shot. Like if you think about it that way, like how much it changed. I mean, yeah, definitely, 100%.
The size of guys in general.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything. Like,
Well, you had a big Hardy Boy influence. With
Oh,
your,
well, yeah.
Emerald Fusion, but
I
Everyone had a Hardy Boy influence in the sense that nobody had gear.
Fact. That's a fact.
Trip pants and a
That's a
fucking
fact.
cool shirt.
So
okay, so
So
no, well, so here's the thing. One of the things about weddings is that there's only at a wrestling wedding, it can only go one way, right? There's never a real happy ending
I
in a
mean,
wedding.
there's been very few, but yes.
Somebody gets a snake attack, things like bad things happen. The one thing that I can say about the SCCW angle is that they had no finish for this wedding. They were just kind of freeballing it.
Okay, so was she.
They didn't know how they were going to end this wedding, so they were like, we just didn't know. And I said, so how is this ending? Is Don Juan and Amanda Storm really getting married? And they were like, it's gonna work out. That's all they kept on saying. It's gonna work out. We're gonna figure it out. I didn't know what was happening.
Famous last words.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
And now we were already heels. We were not baby faces. But Amanda Storm was kind of a baby face, and they were trying to get Don Juan to be a baby face. But then, basically, Davey Cash is begging Don Juan not to get married, and he just kind of says, okay. He just, decides, yeah, you're right, I don't want to marry this bitch.
On second thought,
And it leads to a big tumble and a brawl, and they're fighting all over the place. And as you can see in this YouTube video, Amanda Storm's dress comes right up, and
she takes some sort of bump,
I have a theory.
and you see everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a theory. I think she purposefully did not wear underwear.
Purposely.
Right. And after all these chants from people saying she had a dick for years,
You're just done.
Oh.
she wanted to purposefully upskirt herself.
All right.
To prove that she had a punani.
All right.
So the Punani, I'm trying to say Punani and Illuminati at the same time. Illuminati? Illuminati. I can't do it. Oh, yeah.
that's the conspiracy theory. This is pure speculation, though.
I was a young boy. I had
Legend.
You're.
I were a young
Did you get a good glimpse of it? You seen it?
It's on YouTube.
Listen. First of all, the resolution,
I'm writing that down.
the resolution may not be so great, but I mean,
The resolution of the wedding wasn't so
listen.
But it did spark something inside me as a young boy to say that 17 years later, I would get the chance to do my Mr. Holland's opus. And I did it last night in Norwood.
And last night in Norwood was awesome. I gotta commend you, man. You guys put a lot of work into the wedding.
Well, you were at the bachelor party.
I was a lot of work into the bachelor party.
We actually had a bachelor party for Dick Lane. We rented a goddamn party bus.
Damn party.
Like
We threw
Shout out to Bill.
we threw
Bill, the bus driver Bill.
we threw a breast cancer benefit event so that we could crash it.
Yeah, that's.
So everyone had to take a piss, and bus driver Bill's like, "Hey, I know exactly where to go." Drops us off at the train station, but in the back there's like a fucking big tent. There's music playing.
They were playing "Don't Stop Believin'," the live band.
Yeah, and how apropos, right?
It's so funny.
And then we went in. Nobody said a goddamn thing. We had
Like 12 of us.
Kepler was there, our puppet. There was a photo booth. We jumped in the photo booth.
So wait, we crashed that party? I thought we were supposed to be there. Wasn't that our next stop?
You couldn't tell by the way Dick Lane was dancing that we weren't supposed to be there.
Is that why the security guards were looking at us very funny? I thought it was just my mask.
Didn't you get a piece of cake?
No, I got cake.
All right.
That cake was delicious.
Everybody. Okay, so security
Pink,
started to.
pink cake. It was really good.
Security started to like swarm a little. Like, I was. This was being pointed out to me by Mike Montero, who's had to deal with police in his life. And he's like, you see all these cops coming in. He's like, they're getting closer and closer to the group of us. So everybody bounced. When everybody bounced, I just casually walked over to the cake table and took a piece of cake and slowly walked to everybody while I ate it and then offered up bites.
Yeah. So that's the extent we went to pull off this wedding.
Right, and it was all kind of started with that SCCW wedding all those years ago because I was like, wow, a wedding on in the indie scene, like that's not really, rare. And
Other than just having two people stand in the ring with somebody,
Right.
you know what I mean? There's no build up or.
And it always drove me crazy that they never had a blow off for what they wanted to do for the wedding. Like they never knew how to end it. Like
At our wedding, there were people legitimately upset that there wasn't an actual wedding. People wanted to see a goddamn wedding. It was the main event. We had intermission. First of all, we had an hour-long match before intermission. We took intermission, started taking the ropes off.
10:00 at night.
At-
Intermission at 10:00 at night.
I'm thinking people are gonna think
Wrestling, you guys are crazy.
people are gonna think the show's over. Like they're gonna leave. Like we saw the wrestling, now it's the wedding. We can leave. People fucking stayed, man.
Everyone stayed.
Usually when you see someone taking down ropes, that's the cue to get the fuck out of there.
It all got real when we were standing out there, and then they said, "Please rise to the right," and everybody.
Yeah,
Everybody stood up.
that's when I realized. Holy shit.
What did we just do? What did we
So apparently me and Trinity were hanging out in the locker room. We were late to this wedding. Like, we bumped into you and you're like, you're supposed to be out there already. So we're like, oh shit. So we get out there and there happens to be two seats just open. Not together though. Goddamn Todd Harris wouldn't switch with me. I asked him a bunch of times. Like, come on dude, just switch. Wouldn't do it.
Goddamn Aiden Umbrell.
That was going to be a showcase.
That was
All right. So
Pro wrestling generated name.
yeah, so we need to talk. We need to talk about this real quick. We talk about wrestling. Let's.
I thought we weren't gonna.
No,
Go on.
I never agreed to that.
All right.
Their Showcase Pro Wrestling has a very funny thing with their naming conventions. They decided that Dick Lane was too perverted of a name, and they made him R.L. Lane.
Right, the L stood for Lane.
Richard Lane Lane. Delilah.
You sound like a Goosebumps writer or something.
That's what I thought he was. Delilah Hayden lost her last name. Right. Amanda Fox also lost her first name. Yep. Chris Cruz became Cruz. Chris Matrix became Matrix. Like they have this weird thing with the names. And right. So referee Zach Belair apparently did this giant heel turn and he's now power broker of Showcase Pro Wrestling, trying to take down the company and take it from Chris Blackheart. And he has his new name. He took his father's name, Ruby Bastain.
It sounds like a villain from an old book.
So
A whole bunch of. He's been writing shit down.
I told.
Very short memory. It's like memento.
I can't remember to forget. But so we're done.
I've seen Memento.
Thank you. Did you call it Lamento?
Yeah. Yeah. I love Mento. God damn it.
So I'm telling this story last night at NCW, and Todd Harris is nearby, and he goes, Ruby Bastain. I'm like, oh, it's not as bad as my original Showcase name. I was like, what was your original Showcase name? And he revealed that it was Aiden Umbrell. So like umbrella without the A at the end.
But
I don't understand.
It all sounds very French.
But it reminds me of like the NXT name generator. Like when somebody comes through developmental in NXT, yeah, like Cassius Ohno. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So it made me laugh, and it's crap. I'm sorry, Chris Blackheart. I like you so much. You have been around for so long. I was a stupid idiot when I got into the business, and you were there pointing your finger at me, and I love you. But your name, I don't get why you're naming these people these things. It's not! Ruby Bastain is not his real name.
It might be his mother's name.
Ruby might be. You're not.
All right.
Why couldn't his dad be a king and he could be Prince Bel-Air?
All right.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. See? JC, you're a fucking genius.
Speaking of wrestling, we almost turned Shady Shay into two Shay.
That's true. Okay. To bring it back to me and say how stupid my ideas are.
All right.
So nobody gets mad at me and Mac for this on a podcast like 3 months from now.
Right.
No, you guys are next, by the way.
Just to show how stupid NCW and specifically JC Marks is, when I wanted to give Shay some kind of push, I'm like, Shay is not.
This is
Frank champion.
yeah.
This is pre-heavy hitters. Like, he was teaming with Chris James at the time.
He was either teaming with him or working with him. Like,
Every show was different. First show they teamed, next show they wrestled. It was always the first match on the show. And I was like,
he always hit a sweet black hole slam.
right. So I'm like, we need to give him a gimmick. So I'm like, let's give him a fresh Prince of Bel-Air gimmick. Came out to the ring with his hat turned to the side.
He came out with a
We
basketball.
gave him a basketball that he did not know how to use. And he came out to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song.
I had to ask somebody last night if Shay was black because I'm not entirely sure.
What was the answer?
He's blackish.
TBD, to be determined.
It was to determine whether or not I was racist. That's why he was asking people. But come to find out, I'm not. I'm not racist. So.
All right.
So we made him Touche.
Touche, right.
And
Yes. S-H-A.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
So then you could do a promo and be like, Touche.
But he's Touche. T-O-O.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen, it was stupid. It lasted 4 months. And
Yeah.
like 4 months. Like Shay gave up on that so hard. Shay,
Well, first he stopped coming out with the basketball.
right, because he didn't know how to use it. And I want to also point out because he did not know what to do with it.
And then the hat. And it just... Yeah.
Coming out to the Fresh Prince.
Yeah. So,
See some footage of that, by the way.
okay.
Before you guys leave
We
today.
wanted him to get airbrush pants.
yeah.
That looked like the Fresh Prince logo.
Mm.
That would have been awesome.
He power moved that and was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
So Shay, after the heavy hitters, you guys are gonna break up. Touche, dog. Touche.
Money.
So I'm really curious what kind of notes you got over there.
All right. So we're gonna kick it off. We're talking about gear. We're talking about gear. Like Lumberjake mentioned something before. I was gonna.
Your eyes must have had your eyes. His glaucoma.
He looks like Mitch Hedberg.
We're talking about gear now. We're talking about guys. We're talking about gear. We're not talking about how much French wine I had. We're talking about gear, guys. That's what we're talking about. French wine, Lumberjake. So back you're talking about Yankee Pro Wrestling and how their gear was and stuff like that. So when I first started wrestling,
Here until
13.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly.
I didn't realize this until like I don't know 3 years ago that like when we first started in ACW, I remember like their first show. It was packed. There was a lot of people. It was in the Encore Plaza. Even Joe Gino showed up at some point to like walk around and check out how many people were there. And like I always wore tights, but I got them from like Save a Lot. I got them from Savers and stuff like that in the women's section. But I was gripping some tights. You know what I'm saying? But
You weren't wearing jean shorts.
a lot of the guys had their hot topic gear.
My bad, Josh. Off the jeans, huh?
A lot of guys had hot topic pants. A lot that they got in their long tight t-shirts and stuff like that. Jeff Hardy gear, pretty much. But
Triplicious wanted, before Trip became what we know him as today, he wanted to base his entire wrestling gear around Hot Topic. He wanted leather pants and a choker.
Hot Topic and Gadzooks was the spot.
Gadzooks?
Yeah, dude.
Gadzooks.
Like, it was just, and nobody fucking said anything to me about it.
You're like, no,
nobody
was like, you don't do that.
Yeah, nobody was like, hey, you should like. Nobody said.
You could assign insults, so no one's gonna say anything.
Yeah.
So I always tried, like, I never really, like, until to this day, because we were coming up as ACW, I always thought, like, you know, we were the new guys, like, we were like the generic brand. We couldn't compare ourselves to Yankee Pro Wrestling. But now I look back at the tapes, and all these Yankee Pro Wrestling guys had the same exact gear.
Right, yeah.
So,
none of them had gear either, is what you're trying to
yeah, and I was just like, oh, okay. Well, I guess, you know, someone came in. Spike Dudley came in and was like, you guys all need to wear gear. I don't know what happened, but something changed. Way after, yeah. It was. I skipped a few years there, maybe like 10. Good 10 years I skipped. Yeah, that was Steve Ricard came, yeah. Someone changed the game, but in this area. I didn't even read it, but but yeah, it was something about that.
Are you gonna talk about how you fucking?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna talk about. Dude, I wore a mechanic's jumpsuit for. Yeah, I don't know what happened. We had all these McNasty stickers. I mean, McNasty made our wrestling. No.
Rapper McNasty. Oh, he's a rapper.
I prefer Pat Rapper.
I could not beat the first level, dude. That shit was so hard. Oh man, that game pissed me off so much. I wanted to hear the next rap. I wanted to hear that first rap. That's bullshit. That's some.
Story's over.
No, but.
What else we got?
So yeah, I wore a mechanic's jumpsuit, and McNasty, not Shasta McNasty. You know the guy that played him in the TV show was related to that crazy actor Gary Busey. Yeah, I had no idea. That's his son. Yeah, that's the guy who plays. And he was in that movie where he was in that movie where all the people was in some serial killer's head, and they were all in a motel. They're all in a motel. Identity. Yeah, he was the killer, and he was one of the. He wasn't the killer, but he was the prisoner. Anyways, he was a killer though. But
They were all killers. Open your eyes, Master and get on track.
okay, so McNasty, there was a bunch of McNasty stickers. He was a rapper who made our theme song for our TV show, and we stuck it all over the jumpsuit like it was dope. We had a bunch of free stickers. They were dope stickers. I don't know why we wasted them all on my jumpsuit, but we put them all on my jumpsuit, and I was like, dude, I'm so cool looking. And then after that, the stickers wore off, and I still wore the jumpsuit for some fucking reason. I was in a low in my life. I used to sleep in the ring boxes before shows, so I don't know what I was thinking. I look back at it now, I'm like, what the hell?
So is this your Wrestle Crap confession?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know what I was thinking, dude. I wish I could change it, but
Something open with it, guys. You can see
it was, I wish I could change it, but that's what happened. Someone, even Davey Cash, wouldn't book me because of my gear. He was like, dude, you're going to make sure Monster Mac has gear. And, like, man, I'm sorry, Davey Cash. He was running that show back in the day. You remember that show? Say, Trini, no one knows. Who knows? That's some wrestle crap.
It wasn't ACW or
But,
Championship Wrestling. They were using a different name with the same setup at like boys and girls clubs.
So it had nothing to do with Dave Oliveira.
Right. Other than it was all Dave's stuff.
Okay, fair enough.
Like the set, the ring, everything, the sound system, all Dave's.
Did you guys have like when you realized that the NCW ring was the old ACW ring? Did you guys have like a moment of?
I did. I don't know about Monster Mac, but
Nostalgia.
it literally blew my mind because I was putting it together and I was like, "This is." I was helping take it down after the show, and I was like, "This ring is eerily familiar."
So we did ring rental for Lucky Pro Wrestling last weekend, and Shooter was there. The good old cameraman Shooter. I haven't seen him it's been a couple of years.
Love Shooter.
Shooter used to hate us, but now we're all cool.
Oh, all right. Can we tell that story?
But
We were angry kids, and he was an angry, I don't know, 4-year-old thing.
Public access wars. We were on the same public access channel.
We can talk some wrestle crap about
Yeah.
stuff that
Yes.
things that
Ooh.
yeah, the Shooter was looking at the ring and goes, "That looks so fucking familiar. I don't know where I've seen that ring from. Like fucking Dave Oliveira's over at CCW." You mean shooter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for explaining it.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
Trey, let's go hang by the bay.
You want to eat some hay? Just may.
I'll go next.
Go.
Yeah, Boss Mack's story was about how he's obscenely sad about
He still seems.
wasting McNasty stickers and wearing
I wore that jumpsuit for like a year or two. I don't do it. Sucked, man. What was I doing?
Looking up the window.
He's very wistful right now.
Oh, so let's go to House of Bricks.
All right.
Well, we only do that once a year.
The fans don't like it much, but you know.
We're gonna be the biggest heels next time we do it.
Yeah.
First time huge pop, second time middling,
Third time.
full on.
Yeah, they're gonna start. So I had the pleasure of teaming with Sweet Scott Ashworth.
Ashworth.
I think has everybody in this room tagged with Ashworth at one point or another?
Or at least been involved with.
I've worked Ashworth as boys.
I did a booger spot with him.
Everybody. That's just
A Bastion booger spot?
No. Cousin got a booger in the face. I was a cousin.
Was it a real booger?
Probably.
Gross. Gross. So,
the only person that I'm okay with calling us the Monster Max is Sweet Scott Ashworth. Because everybody else is like, yeah, it's the Monster Max.
Oh, we're gonna have to also bring up his chair story.
All right.
So you do your.
Yeah.
All right.
so it's myself and Ashworth. It's like a 4-way tag, like a 3-way tag, versus Rob the Giant and Kevin Cordero, Kevin Perry, and the Buccaneers.
The Bay State Buccaneers, Johnny Stallion, and Seth Ravage.
And
Wrestled Johnny Stallion in
For the Bay State Championship.
Bay State Championship Wrestling once, yeah.
well, there may have been another team. I can't remember. But so, you know, Ashworth gets there and he's sitting in his car. He's like, "What kind of gear you wearing, Mikey?" I said, "I got white gear." He goes, "I got white gear in my closet. Let's go."
Drives it off.
We get in, and all
Is
the
the show already going on at this point?
yeah, because he showed up like 20 minutes into the show.
Right. It's Sweet Scott Ashworth.
Yeah, and all the stories you heard and all the
On whenever he shows up.
yeah, all the stories that everyone's heard and told about Sweet Scott Ashworth are true.
Yes.
He's the fucking man.
100%.
So we're driving.
The beer crushing. I can't even think what I'm trying to say. He drank more beers than anybody during the Mack Cast than
And-
anybody else.
It was episode 50 of the Mack Cast. Big 5-0.
That's right. So we get to his house. He grabs the white gear. We get back in the car. We drive back to the building. Actually, no, this was the outside baseball field.
Okay.
Base brawl?
Base brawl, yeah. So
We'll
yeah,
call it that.
sure.
If it wasn't, it should have been.
We pull up, and his fucking music's playing. Yeah, he still has to put his fucking.
Wait, are you doing? Is that Sharp Dressed Man? Is that what you were doing?
That's the
That
Jimmy
was a
Hart version.
that was a little Hardy Boys.
He still has to put his boots on. He's got to put the white gear on. I put my fucking white gear on, which were white shorts.
The music is playing.
Yeah, and he looks at me and goes, Mike, you should have told me that you were wearing shorts. I have white shorts in the closet.
Let's go back home.
So it's time for the match. We haul ass to get out there. And
Maybe you hauled ass. I doubt he did.
Hauling ass does not sound like
Listen.
the scenario at
Right.
all.
for as fast as I thought it was going to take a lot longer than it did.
Right.
So it's time for the match, and whatever. I suplex one of the Buccaneers, regular old suplex. I cover him. The referee counts to 3 because he doesn't kick out.
How deep into the match are we?
First of all, it's just a regular first pinfall match. Okay,
Okay.
It's not elimination
Just-
until this happens. And we go, what the fuck are we gonna do? I go, it's an elimination match now.
I don't know who decided that it was going to be single elimination.
Listen,
though.
yeah, it wasn't just that one person on the team gets eliminated and the whole team's eliminated. Nope.
Everyone had to individually get
Everybody.
eliminated.
This is
I don't know why
No.
that happened.
so. Ashworth had said to me before that he really didn't want to. Not that he didn't want to really do much with Robbie. Not that he had anything against Robbie. He just
didn't want to.
He was a baby.
He didn't want to. Yeah, he didn't want to beat up a midget, and he didn't want a midget to beat him up.
I heard he hates Robbie's guts.
I don't. That's not true.
I'm pretty sure it's true.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I heard that too, JC. From JC, but
That's
still
purely speculation here on the Mack Cast.
It's another conspiracy that I have.
Oh, JC and his conspiracies.
midget-spiracy.
So this turns into a single elimination 3-way or 4-way tag team match. It gets to I get rolled up. Whatever, I get rolled up. Ashworth looks at me and goes, I don't know what to do. It's down to Robbie and Ashworth. He goes, I don't know what to do, babies. I go, just roll him up. He goes, Mike Pava, you're a genius. Fucking rolls up Robbie to the last two. Finally, we get the win because we were supposed to go over.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So it was just.
You know, I had a similar experience
insane.
where Ash didn't want to work with Robbie, where I was in a battle royal once, and I said, listen, I don't care. I was going to go over, and I said, I don't care who's in the ring last, as long as it is a bad guy. That's all I care about. And I eliminate someone, I turn around, and Dick Lane and Steve the Turtle are the last two in the ring with me. Oh, that's just wonderful. The exact opposite of what I asked for. And Dick Lane's like hugely over, and Steve the Turtle's hugely over. And they ended up trying to clothesline me, and they both fell over the top rope by accident.
And speaking of Dick Lane and Steve the Turtle, like, man, I'm so sorry, Dick Lane. What happened at that wedding? We never really said what happened and the blow off about it.
You didn't say what happened.
And you can buy the DVD.
Yeah, I mean,
NCWonline.com.
Steve Weiner.
NCW.com. We're not online anymore.
Yeah, we're not online anymore. We're just on NCW.com. But
Everybody's goddamn online.
Steve Weiner revealed himself to never have actually broken his arm a couple months back, and he had Dick Lane's power gauntlet on underneath his
Like if I
sling.
wasn't there.
We're still talking about Wrestle Crap, right?
I mean, listen. If we're gonna go through the entire history of Steve Weiner and Dick Lane on NCW, it's all Wrestle Crap, but it's amazing. They wrestled for 35 days.
That's right. They had that unending match, right?
They wrestled all over Norwood. There was an intrepid cameraman there that watched the entire thing. It was like they just.
Someone has to show me this footage. After
Oh my God! Pull
I
it
must
up.
see it.
But it was, it's awesome. But Steve turned into a real fucking asshole last night, and he knocked down everybody at the wedding, and he beat up Delilah and Dick Lane, and then gave them a smooch, both of them.
God damn.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
You kind of mentioned
And then he got in his car and left.
His car was running.
Yeah.
Waiting.
Dude, you know how many times I told Steve Weiner that I felt bad about his shoulder being hurt? I kept telling him in the locker room, like, dude, I'm so sorry you're hurt.
You know how many
Percocets
Percocets I gave him to help with the pain? What a jerk! I needed those.
And he flushed him down the toilet.
It's even worse.
even worse.
You mentioned Scott Ashworth, and I love Scott so much. We've always had a long history with one another, and whenever he came into NCW, he's always doing a favor and just hanging out and doing stuff. We did a big Survivor Series show a few years ago, and we was in Brockton at the Boys and Girls Club, and he's getting ready for the match. And granted, it was fucking hot in that building. There was no air conditioning.
May I tell you that match?
Give us the match.
Because I was in the match.
Oh.
Yeah, I was actually in that match. It was a Survivor Series 5 versus 5 match. And on one side, it was Doug Summers, Steve the Turtle Weiner, Zach Static, Scott Ashworth, and Kevin Cordero.
Versus
The Buddy Guards. Buddy Romano. The Maniacal Jack Kruger. The Mountain Adam Everest.
I didn't know you guys booked him.
MTE. And 2011 Lumberjake.
oof.
Which is not a good lumberjake. In 2017 ain't no prize pig either, but 2011,
Yeah, just ask the front row at our show last night.
they're ugly.
Hot take.
Yeah. Get them.
So this match we're getting, they're getting ready downstairs and whatever else, and Ash has his road sodas, and he sets himself down and he goes to sit in his chair, and brother just slips right off the chair and goes right down onto the ground. Like his butt does not even get into firm position. It
His
just
sweaty ass splats on the rubber mat downstairs. It's so
he's
funny.
just sitting on the floor. The chair's right now next to him. He's like, "Whew, this chair's a real slippery, babies."
And we all just pop. It's just,
I love Scott Ashworth
it's the
so
funniest.
much.
Scott Ashworth is the man. I happen to have a Wrestle Crap story that is like a 2-show arc of like just bad booking and us being in bad moods and things that shouldn't have happened that happened. And so we're going to leave the promotion unnamed because I don't want to catch any heat. But we were trying to wrestle for the Showcase Pro Wrestling Tag Team titles. Supposed to. All right, so this is our. We had won the titles in a questionable manner. We'll call it. There was fuckery about run-ins. People, I fell on top of a guy after I was also struck with a chair and won a tag team title. All right, fine, right? We won the belts. A-okay, no beef. The next show we had, we were scheduled to wrestle Firestorm and The Bum in our first tag team title defense. Now, Firestorm and The Bum were having a match, we'll call it. And
Is Firestorm Spanish Dave?
correct. Spanish Dave for sure.
Just to clarify
For everybody else.
So, I don't believe it's The Bum. Was it Homeless Harry Zanuck? Or was it The Bum?
No, it was Homeless Harry Zanuck, yes. I call the Bum, the Hobo. They're all the same guy to me. It's just Zanuck for sure.
I had to tell Zanuck once that I had long-term memory loss to explain why I'd never booked him in NCW. Because Zanuck
He was like, all right.
Zanuck had been around back when I worked at the Pro Wrestling Shop, RF Video.
He's been doing this as long as I have, which is going on 19 years now.
And he would come around RF Video and he would ask about shows and ask about getting work. And I'd be like, yeah, we maybe sometime. But he's stuck around all these years later. And then I saw him at a promotion that I won't name because I don't want to get him in trouble in Woonsocket, and we're at the school. Yeah. And, he's there. And the Loomis brothers had worked a match against the Hobo and the Bum. And after the match, we're in the parking lot. And
We were probably also on that show.
yes, you guys almost definitely were. And Zanuck comes up to me and he goes, JC, why don't you want to ever book me in NCW? And I said, man, I thought I did. I'm like, I got a head injury a few years ago, and like I have no like long term, like things are really hazy and I don't remember things. And I'm like, Davey, isn't that like, yeah, Dad, it's really bad. Yeah, you can't remember anything. It's so sad. And Davey's
that's hilarious.
straight faced, like, and then like there's like, and then Davey gives me a hug, like it's gonna be okay, and like Zanuck's like, I'm so sorry.
Unbooked. Never again.
So anyway,
Sorry. We're in this match, right? And it's an equal back and forth matchup, right? We're getting our comeback at the end. And Spanish Dave reverses my whip and goes Japanese arm drag. And me as a human being, I don't like Japanese. I don't like them. I just don't. No, the flip bump's fine. I don't care about taking the bump. No. The bump is fine. I'll take any bump, whatever. The actual move to me, because everybody just does it like, they just do this, and that's not a fucking move. And again, we were in our comeback, so when he called it, I held onto the ropes, and then I forearmed him pretty hard. Like, not overly hard, but like, he took a bump, got up, yelled Odele at me, and then left the ring and took off and got counted out in our first ever defense of the Showcase Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships, which then proceeded to lead into a locker room altercation downstairs in the basement where like chairs were thrown and
for some reason only on Showcase am I
Monster Max flip. I did the thing. I held on. I forearmed him. We get in the locker room, and he starts yelling, and Monster Mac pipes up immediately. Only in Showcase when there are fights is Monster Mac involved. Everywhere else, it's me being the asshole and starting fights. Monster Mac at Showcase. But the next show after that in Woonsocket, me and Devin Blaze did a spot where he whipped me. I whipped him. He reversed it. I held on, forearmed him. He bumped, yelled at me, went to go leave, and then slid back in at 9. He said, "We're out of here, Tommy," in a Mexican accent, and then slid back in and took a big double hip toss deal from us. But that's my Wrestle Crap moment.
I wrestled Zanuck once, and I was like, I don't know, on the comeback, maybe I'll give you a body slam or something. He said, "Oh, I don't think so. I gotta protect my size, and I'm bigger than him."
Like way bigger. Like way bigger. So who hasn't hit a Wrestle Crap? Lumberjake? Is you the only one? That sounds so dumb for some reason.
Well, I have one that's like a dual one with Mike Pava.
Perfect.
One time,
Get up that mic. He's just holding it.
Mike Pava was contacted by an old friend from the radio named Mark Jeapordy. And one Mark Jeapordy. And aren't they all? He does a lot of comedy shows.
Yeah, comedy shows, wrestling shows, MMA shows. First of all, motherfucker did MMA.
Yeah.
Like, first kid.
Legitimate. Yeah.
Like, big props to him, because like, I would never even have kids. Second of all, ever step in an MMA, like any type of, yeah.
Yeah, I wish we were doing boxing crap. Then I could tell a story.
Go ahead, Lovey.
And Mark Jeapordy had, like you mentioned, had done MMA, and his MMA trainer was a man named Michael Varner. He's a very badass, like legitimate fighter, you know. And he's a skinny guy, but he's like he's a guy you wouldn't want to mess with. So Mike was contacted to train the two of them to have a match with each other, correct?
Yeah.
On a Bobby Cruz show.
UWF?
Yeah,
It was a 2-off. They ran one night and then they ran the next night.
Oh right.
Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Anyway, so where are we at right now?
Wrestle Crap. Mack Cast.
You were supposed to train them to fight each other, wrestle each other, whatever.
I got stuck with that task for some reason, saying no one.
If you train Lumberjake and if you train him, you can get through anything. Womp.
Mikey said no to that, where he said, "You know what? I will do this if it is a tag team match between Mike Pava and Mark Jeapordy versus Lumberjake and Michael Varner." Yeah, onto that show. And it wasn't to get on the show as much as it was just to make this not be a shit show. Like, because the two of them against each other was
bad news from the go.
Yeah, exactly, and that goes for any non-wrestling people.
Right.
So we go to train them at the Loomis barn, in the Loomis ring at the whatever in Albro. So, Mark Jeapordy, we're teaching him a little bit, and he goes, "Oh, I really don't like that move." And we said, "Well, that's not really a move. That's called bumping." And that's kind of everything.
Right, that's how all of it works.
Yeah.
He had a hard time with the bumping. Michael Varner, if he started doing this like 10, 15 years beforehand, he would be
Yeah.
like
He was an older guy. He was like in his 40s or something.
right away.
Just the actual bumping part, or all of it.
Really.
And he was fine with bumping too. He was fine with it.
Mark really wanted to do high flying stuff and
Yep.
cool stuff.
So we worked out with the help of Anthony Green, who we also finagled onto the show as the referee.
Right, yeah. He was like, and I got a ref too. Bring him in.
Exactly. And we took several weeks trying to do this.
Structure a match, and it's just step by step, like Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior. we're gonna go there, plan it out for weeks.
Yeah.
And there's certain things we tell Mark Chiappetta, like when you go up for the 10 punches, don't jump up on the ropes. Step on, like climb up, step, like And in the match, wouldn't you know it, he runs and just jumps, up, and I have to hook him under his quads and just lift him back up into a 10 punch position. And he gives me the 10 punches.
Oh, by the way, this is Mike Taylor and Mark Chiappetta versus Lumberjack and Michael Varner. Also in the mix.
Listen to this locker room. We have you name one, I'll name one. We'll go back and forth.
Okay, Jerry the King Lawler,
Kevin Owens,
James,
Maria Kanellis, Mike Bennett, Mike Bennett, Mike Kanellis, whatever you want to call him now. There was, we were clearly the low people on the totem pole.
yeah, we had no right to do that.
Also, Michael Varner photoshopped himself over Maria on the poster. He photoshopped his own version of the poster on Facebook.
Yo, the King de Leon does that all the time, and I just
Yeah, I like it as a gimmick.
yeah. He was doing this for real. Yeah.
So it was ridiculous.
Because they already got a king, stupid.
So we're having this match, and Jerry Lawler, this is him coming back to the Indies after having a fucking heart attack and dying.
Oh, so this is post heart attack.
This is like 2 months, 1 month later.
Jesus Christ.
One of his first appearances since having a heart attack.
And he does a speech. They cut a promo. Mike Varner cuts promo. It's going on forever. Just keeps going. We do a little. Mark Chiappetta gives me a Hurricane Rana, and he's very happy about it.
Yeah.
Let me digress for a second. Bring back to Jerry Lawler. Jerry Lawler's there. My buddy wanted to take some interviews with Jerry Lawler on the Mack Cast show. So he brings in a couple of
Students.
to help out, like interns type deal, and
High school students, for the record.
very nice girl interviewing Jerry Lawler. I'm not sure she even knew who he was.
Gotcha.
That's fair.
So questions were like she knew what she was gonna ask.
Right.
Whatever. So she gets to the question. What's your favorite game?
Which, no. She says, "Would you like to play a game?" And he goes, "What kind of game?" And she goes, "A word association game." And he goes, "Oh, thought you were gonna say spin the bottle." And then at the end of the interview, the girl's like, "Thank you so much, like, for everything." And Jerry Lawler goes, "I've been on the Tonight Show with David Letterman. I've been interviewed by Katie Couric. I've been interviewed by the greatest interviewers in the entire world, and this by far was the most recent."
When we get to the building we get there, we talk to Bobby, we talk to Gino Giovanni.
Oh, I love Gino Giovanni.
Shout out Gino.
I miss him.
Yeah.
He's around. He's still alive. Like
I miss him every day.
I miss the motherfucker. Love Gino. So where was I at right now?
Get to the
You're-
building.
We get to the building. Gino says, "This is gonna be great, Mike Pava. This is gonna be great. Tell me something right now. Who's starting the match?"
And Mikey doesn't want to say, but I'm all.
I know what.
He knows what he's gonna hear,
Yeah, he knows.
and I'm more than eager to say Mark Chiappetta and Mike Varner are starting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, "Oh, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great, Mike. I can't wait."
I
We literally just got, when we get to the ring, they're already telling us to
take
relax.
it home.
We went 25 minutes.
Yeah, with
that's
yeah,
excellent.
with everything,
Including
the
Lawler,
promo and stuff.
Yeah.
all that stuff. Lumberjack took a nice punch by Jerry
Yeah, that was pretty a highlight of my life, but but it was pretty great because I got to whip Mark Chiappetta with a karate belt gi thing, and Mike Varner suggested it, and he soaked it in water, so it was really like heavy.
Jesus.
You guys went 25. Yeah. How, like, I mean, I know they're already telling you you're home. How long do you have, like, do they want to give you?
2 minutes?
Yeah, right.
How much did they want? How long do they want us to go?
Was there a lineup that said
I'm sure
you
it
guys-
was. We probably had like 10.
Mikey walked right by the lineup and just lit it.
Yeah, let me get rid of that right away.
We probably had like 10. But you have to consider like that promo like after and everything like you know.
Listen, I'm not criticizing. I was just curious.
There was a lot of segments to begin with.
Right.
Yeah, and just kept going.
Yeah.
But then you got to pose with Jerry Lawler at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I also hit you with a move, and I fooled Jerry Lawler into thinking that was the finish.
Like you rang the fucking bell. It was the
Wet Hot American Stunner.
American Stunner.
So Jerry Lawler played a game.
Yes.
What a segue, JC.
I also just wanted to say that I got to hang out with Jerry Lawler once in Memphis, and it was madness. He was just, everybody was just screaming his name the whole time. In Memphis with Jerry Lawler, and his young girlfriend's dad, who was younger than Jerry Lawler. Yeah, I got to hang out with all of them. But I just wanted to say he's like super famous in Memphis. It's madness. But yes, I'm sorry. Segue.
Oh, yeah. Would you like to play a game?
Guys, there was a trifle bit of controversy last episode over the trivia quiz. I know you guys felt a little shorthanded.
Monster Mac for sure. He thinks that you gave them some.
So why don't like two of you guys switch places so you guys are all on the same side? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that works. So guys, I've been working very hard on this trivia quiz. I wanted to
Sit down.
So guys, are you ready?
I also want to give a shout out to the sweet snack bag Monster Mac gave to Mike
yeah.
when we got here.
I'm jealous.
Guys, this. Oh no, my post-it notes fell.
He's reading all the answers.
Hold on.
I can't see. I've been saying that the whole time. You can't see shit.
You just look at
I just laid it over.
There's no answers on the board because this is Jeopardy.
We got Jeopardy, Mac.
Okay, guys.
Wow.
Hold on, Mikey. Hold the microphone to my head, my
You've been
face.
working on this, Jake.
Quite a while. I got this whole game board set up.
This is the first we're seeing him.
Like, okay, first of all, hold on. This is he has a laptop out, and it's a legit like Jeopardy board with the categories, which I'm sure Lumberjake's going to go through in a second, and the point values.
And I think this is going to be more fair trivia quiz. You guys can pick and choose what you guys.
This is going to go. This might go a while.
I'm going to ask.
This might go a little bit. This will be fun.
I'm going to ask a member of each team to get a calculator out to keep scores because
You got this, JC?
because
The responsible ones on the couch.
if you do get a question wrong, that will be subtracted.
Right.
That point value.
Jeopardy rules.
But what is Jeopardy?
Wait, what?
Do you spin a big wheel?
That's Wheel of Fortune.
I'll take the rapist for 500.
Uh,
Mine, Trebek. I'll take the
Yeah, Alex Trebek hosts.
Okay.
I'm gonna wing it.
All right.
So you guys ready for the categories?
Categories are.
Question. Do we need to have a buzzer?
I would if. Okay, yeah, Mac, you can be the buzzer.
Supposed to make the noise.
And JC, what will your buzzer be? Okay, the ham horn. Always classic.
Classic three-way theater. Here-
And remember, the answers must be in form of a question.
God damn it, son of a bitch! We
Yeah.
can't forego that.
This is Jeopardy.
Oh my God!
Fuck.
All right, here are the categories.
The categories are Ring of Honor name,
Oh Jesus Christ!
where you have to get. I'm going to give you the WWE name. You give me the name from Ring of Honor.
Oh, I wish it was the opposite.
You give the WWE name Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Express yourself. Express is in quotation marks.
Ooh.
And all of the answers will have express in them.
Fucking Lumberjake, you're doing a great Trebek right now.
Strange Bedfellows. That is a category all about. Odd tag teams that have won the WWE tag team titles.
Man, this is gonna be rough.
The New Generation. All about the New Generation.
I hope there's a potpourri section.
And finally, Seinfeld.
Son of a bitch. Well, at least you guys seem to be pretty excited about that. So, yeah. Well, that's a good thing. Okay, so.
Okay, I'm gonna take this microphone, and then you guys can all share a microphone as you buzz in. Yeah.
Lumberjack will tell who he thinks got
Yeah.
in first.
Okay, as Three-Way Theaters, the returning champions, you will be able to choose a category first and amount.
Go for it.
Okay, let's go New Generation for 20.
New Generation for 20. Rugged Mountain Men, the Blue Brothers, were managed by this uncle, J.C. Marks.
Who is Uncle Zebekiah?
Uncle Zebekiah.
So we're allowed to guess in this too.
Right, yeah.
I'm also going to ask you to wait till after the question's over.
I was just gonna say that.
I'm sorry, that was my bad.
You cannot buzz in until after the question is done.
Sorry.
Right, 20 points for them anyway. That's what it is next time. If they win, it's
if it's by 20 points.
yeah, well, no, either way.
Okay.
Let's stick with New Generation for 30, Alex.
The 1994 and 1995 Hall of Fame ceremony took place the night before this event. J.C. Marks,
I didn't say I knew.
Your eyes.
time is up.
Who is?
WrestleMania.
No, you did.
That is incorrect.
What is?
Oh, God damn it.
The no, it's over. It's over. Yeah.
all right.
How much time do we get to answer? What's the countdown?
I don't know. It's like 10 seconds or something. Well, that's welcome to Jeopardy, bitch.
You gotta subtract that 30 then.
Yeah, as the King of the Ring, King of the Ring ceremony.
Make sure if you're going to answer the question first, you do it in Jeopardy.
And so will I, so it's all right. Okay.
Last right answer, right?
Yep. Go again.
Let's go with Seinfeld for 10.
This was Kramer's off-screen friend, often brought up in passing. Monster Mack.
He didn't go before you.
You guys did it too, all right?
All right, fine.
No, he didn't do it right.
Yeah, I did.
No, he didn't say it right.
I know what you're talking about.
Bob Sacamano.
Arguing about that first part.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna give that to you because we buzzed it before. Yeah, you did it.
Even Stevens.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now, you answer it the right way.
Answer the right way. And
Oh,
God.
Jesus. Oh, Lumberjack's.
I just broke a chair.
chair just went down.
That chair was 3 days away from retirement.
I thought we'll switch you off. I didn't use the power spots anyway.
You need to stay near me.
It's okay. I'll sit on the floor.
All right. Still need that.
Yeah, we're all gonna need to see this. Hold on.
Technical difficulties.
Take those to a chair, Monster Mac.
Yeah. Okay.
Take a lumberjack t-shirt and then we'll be.
Monster Max, your choice.
We're going ROH names for 20.
Finn Balor. J.C. Marks.
Damn it.
Who is Fergal Devitt?
Virgil Devitt is correct.
He was in Ring of Honor.
Sure was.
So that was 10? 20.
That was 20.
So now we're plus 10.
Or 10.
Okay.
Us two. We're tied.
All right, next one.
You guys.
Oh, we got it.
Express yourself for 20.
Express yourself for 20. Morton and Lane. Max.
Midnight Express.
He didn't say it right.
Who is
God
the
damn
Midnight-
it!
Who is the Midnight Express?
No, I can't. I lost the 20. This is terrible. I hate you, Jake.
Jeopardy, bitch.
Jeopardy, bitch. Okay.
I'm at minus 10. Damn it.
So
Through the yeah.
Our board. Let's go with. Let's go with.
Give him the mic.
Strange Bedfellows for 30.
Strange Bedfellows for 30. Eddie Guerrero teamed with this man to win the tag team titles at Judgment Day 2003 after Chavo Guerrero was hurt.
Crickets.
The
Nobody
answer
knows.
is Tajiri.
Oh,
Eddie-
Jerry, I love to
Remember that now.
Eddie Guerrero and Tajiri, tag team champions. Okay, three-way theater. You're still.
Let's go with Seinfeld for 20.
Ooh. Judge Reinhold made a guest appearance on Seinfeld as Elaine's boyfriend, who had this strange quirk. J.C. Marks.
What is a close talker?
He was a close talker. That's correct.
We gotta
All
get
right.
some sort of automated noise. I can't just keep pinching him.
You can also go bam.
I thought you were just rubbing his leg like JC was rubbing my leg earlier.
Let's go with Strange Bedfellows for 10.
Strange Bedfellows for 10. In 2005, this man teamed with Animal to defeat Eminem to win the tag team titles. I'm going to Monster Mac.
Who is Heidenreich?
John Heidenreich is correct.
What was that for 10?
That was for 10.
Damn it.
Monster Mac, the board is yours. Mack Attack.
Going F it. What do you think, Mac? ROH name's 50?
No, dude, let's go. Our name's 10.
Oh, terrible.
Which names for 10? Cassius Ono.
Eh.
Monster Mac.
Who is Chris Hero?
Correct. Chris Hero.
Get that one.
Okay.
You can pinch his thigh, too, like I've been doing.
He's been pitching his thigh, though,
All
so
right,
it won't be
Mac.
different.
New generation for 40.
Okay, new generation 440. This dorky heel got his name from two 70s heartthrobs being mashed together.
Eh.
A trainee?
Who is Leaf Cassidy?
That is correct.
Is that 40?
Can we start doing ant too? Because I feel like it's
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Fine.
What's all ant? What's all ant? All right. We should have came up with these rules before we started playing.
Maybe. We worked that from the fly.
Express yourself for 10.
Express yourself 410. Condry, Eaton, and Lane. JC Marks.
Who is the Midnight Express?
That is correct.
I said ham.
Ham.
What
Ham.
was that? 10? 40?
No, that was 10.
Oh, that was the other one, right?
40 was the one that I got, Mikey.
Right now.
Three-way theater?
50.
Oh.
We're tied.
Oh. Three-way theater, the board is yours.
Mikey, I'll let you take it.
All right. Can I do Seinfeld for 40, please?
Ooh, all right.
This is the condition Jerry claimed to have when he was arrested for public urination. Monster Max.
What is uromycetitis?
Wow.
Uromycetitis poisoning is correct.
Wow, monster. Training number 1.
That really backfired on me.
Plus, that was 40, right? I've got uromycetitis, that's why.
Son of a bitch.
That's fucking
And die.
And die. All right, let's do ROH names 30.
Shit.
Cesaro.
Eh.
Mike Pava.
Who is Claudio Castagnoli?
Correct. Wow, I had
That
no.
was a good one. Good
I
one.
was.
said it wrong. What was that? 40? Was that 40?
It was 30. Okay. Three-way.
Let's go with New Generation for 50.
Ooh.
That's
New gen-
Oh,
Elaine.
that's Seinfeld.
Oh shit.
No, nobody look.
All right, everybody close your eyes. Well, look, you know what?
It's going to disappear, isn't it, though?
Yeah, just nobody look at the screen for a second. Hey, I'm looking at. I know you're looking at it.
Damn it, Monster Mac!
The one time you have your eyes open during this podcast. Okay.
That question's gone forever now.
It's
I would
all
have
right.
got
I
it.
still know the question. I still know the
It's
question.
fine, it's fine.
The NFL legend accompanied Razor Ramon to the ring at SummerSlam 1995.
Oh.
Go.
Who is William Refrigerator Perry? No.
Incorrect.
Then why did you say Demigo?
I thought you knew.
That's what is that? 40?
That was a 50 point.
Oh, you got to minus that 50, dog.
Fuck!
Am I allowed to guess with it?
Take the lead!
It's LT, wasn't it?
Incorrect. It was Walter Payton.
Well,
How
But
long do you
the
have after you beep in to answer the question?
We just lost
whatever
50?
10 seconds.
yeah.
yeah, you dropped 50 questions.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's not fun.
It's not.
It is still your
Go.
Express yourself for 30.
That's already been taken. Or no, it hasn't. I'm all over the place. Pava and I can't read that. Pava.
The Glamour. Who is?
Oh, diggity! Suck it. That's another 30.
Jeopardy rule.
That's another 30. Suck it.
Hate Jeopardy rule.
He caught it. I'm going to give it to him. He caught it on his own.
So that was 30 for us?
Yeah.
Hilarity.
That's some wrestle crap right there.
Swung it all the way around. I like it.
Let me get.
Let me get one of
Seinfeld
them.
for 50 is also open for everyone. Just
Let me
letting-
get Strange Bedfellows for 20.
At WrestleMania 11, this wacky team formed and won the tag team titles from the Smoking Guns. Jason
Who
Marks.
is Yokozuna and Owen Hart?
That is absolutely correct.
Totally right.
I mean, wacky.
Yeah, I wouldn't
But-
agree that they're wacky.
Yokozuna and Owen Hart is
That's
a
pretty
wacky
wacky,
team.
yeah.
I don't know what you guys are.
30?
Yes.
We'll call it 10. That was bad.
Even 10.
All right, let's go with New Generation for 10. Let's get that off the board.
This wrestler had a custom tour bus that he traveled across country to build up for his heavyweight
Monster
title
you
match.
can't make the noise after
Mike
before the
Pava.
song's over.
Who is
The song, I mean,
Lex
the
Luger?
That is correct.
Who is the man made in the USA, Lex Luger?
Master Mac, you
I'll
fucked
be
it up
your
for us.
hero.
You messed it up.
You can beep in again after. Like they're always like pressing the.
Right,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can always hear him like. Yeah.
All right, that's you guys.
Let's go with Seinfeld for 30.
Seinfeld for 50 is also open, just so everyone
Remembers.
George had a puffy had a puffy jacket made from this material. JC Marks.
What is Gore-Tex?
That is correct.
Did you know the answer, Mac?
Yeah.
He's lying.
Yes.
You would have came to me, buy some more time.
That was
That was
That
30.
was 30 points.
All right, we're up to 130.
Yeah, I know. I'm pissed.
What are you guys at?
We're at 90.
All right.
Ooh.
That 30 you guys got before, I don't know.
Let's go with ROH names for 40.
Oh, why?
All right.
Why?
Jamie Noble.
Oh, damn. Hold on.
Jamie Noble. Time is up.
Damn.
The answer is James Gibson. Ring of Honor champion James
He was
Gibson.
Ring of Honor champion?
He was.
Yeah.
I had enough time to Google it. I should have Googled it.
Strange Bedfellows?
Yeah.
Strange Bedfellows for 40.
Deuce and Domino lost the tag team titles to this team, who had been feuding up until the match with contests such as basketball shootouts and hot dog eating contests. JC Marks.
Who is Matt Hardy and MVP?
Correct. That is correct.
I knew MVP. I couldn't figure out who he was feuding with.
Yes.
How much was that? 40.
That was I believe it was a 40-pointer. Yep, 40 points.
You guys only have 3.14 points, JC. I seen it.
What'd you do, JC?
I seen it.
We're at 170.
Okay.
Gotta make that Superman
Board
comeback.
is yours.
Seinfeld for 50, they said.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, no. No, wait, no.
Don't fall into my traps.
No.
I think you should say that for the end.
Strange Bedfellows for 50.
Strange Bedfellows for 50 points. The already random pairing of David Otunga and Michael McGillicuddy lost the tag team titles to this team, who was named via online voting.
Kane and Daniel Bryan?
Incorrect.
You didn't
I
say
didn't
who
say
is.
But you were, yeah.
It was either way, it was wrong. What was that, 50? Damn it.
Yep, that was a 50-pointer.
Was it like John Cena and somebody?
It was John Cena and somebody.
It was Air Boom, Kofi Kingston, and Evan Bourne.
All right.
I just went with the online name thing.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yes, Air Boom was the choice of the people.
Air boom.
Yes. Three-way?
Express yourself for 40.
Holly and Gunn. Mike Pava?
Who is the new Midnight Express?
Correct.
Damn it.
Oh, good one, Mikey.
Yes, the new Midnight Express. I almost let you. If I gave that to you, would you have gotten it?
I was lost in the name. I wasn't.
I almost gave it to you, and I would
I
have felt
appreciate
bad.
it, but no, I was lost in the name. I was like, oh no, that's not what I'm thinking.
We have for everyone listening, we
Three
have
fitties left.
ROH names for 50, Express Yourself for 50, and Seinfeld for
Master Mac,
50.
feel free to join in on this.
Mikey?
Let's do Express Yourself for 50.
Horner and Armstrong. Tim Horner and Brad Armstrong. And the time is up. They were the Lightning Express.
What a dumb name.
Let's go with ROH name is 50.
Okay.
We saving Seinfeld for the last one?
Gunnar Scott.
I don't even know who the hell that is.
Gunnar Scott.
The TNA guy.
Nope. WWE Gunnar Scott. He wrestled in Ring of Honor afterwards. He was mentored by Chris Benoit and got a win over Booker T.
His name was what? Because it timed out. Wait.
His Ring of Honor name was Brent Albright.
Not a clue.
Brent Albright.
All right, let's go with Seinfeld for 50.
This is it.
Seinfeld for 50.
Is there a final question?
There sure is. So, what weapon did Elaine use to disengage Crazy Joe Davola and get out of his apartment?
Mace. What is Mace? Damn it!
That's incorrect.
What was it? I can't remember. Oh, I mean,
Okay, it was Cherry Banaka.
God damn it! It was Cherry Banaka.
Cherry Banaka.
Boo. We're doing terrible, Monster Mac. We're at negative 10. We're at negative 10.
Are you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The final question. Oh, if you got negative points, then you are not allowed to take part in Final Jeopardy.
take part in Final Jeopardy.
Let him take part.
I mean, we got 0.
Give him the points.
Yes.
We got 0.
You
Let them take. Let them fight.
Let them fight.
Let them fight.
All right. This is for all the marbles.
I'm betting 1 bajillion points.
Ooh.
How many zeros is bajillion?
California. No. California has hosted the most WrestleManias with 6. What state holds the record for second?
So we're both getting.
Yeah, but you guys have to both.
So,
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
The bajillion points sounds like a good idea. Let's just ease in on what they're saying. There's only been like 50.
They don't know who's.
They're gonna bet 50. What's 0?
Yeah.
I just hit 0 a million times.
What was the question again?
It's something about WrestleMania.
What venue has hosted WrestleMania?
I gotta type it. I'm gonna type
What
it.
state has held WrestleMania the second most times? California was number 1 with 6. Watch you guys.
No, I got my answer. I'm already typing it.
you have your.
Okay.
Jake, come on. Dude, we're boys. Just fill me in.
Training.
If 6 is the most, then what place has had a bunch?
Jake, just mouth it.
How much time do we have?
Bum, bum, bum,
Bum, bum, bum.
I'm typed. I'm bubbed in. Boop. I bet a bajillion bucks. I mean, points. We're gonna get this shit pulled. It's gonna be pulled. The Jeopardy's gonna be like, we're not having that. Oh, you guys can just say your answer. You don't have to type it. But I already typed mine.
I don't know, but now
That's what.
that's 5, which has been.
I think we should do. I think we go with our first guess.
You think so? Because now I'm not. I don't think
Let's
so.
only do like 50.
Okay, the time is up. We're gonna
betting a
go
bajillion.
with trainee.
For one,
My
0.
So,
Oh, so how much?
how much can they bet?
A bajillion. I'm pretty sure.
They can bet. How much do we have? 210.
So we have 210
They
right
can
now.
bet up to.
100
So we
and
No, they should
10.
be able to bet up to 210 because if we. Like that way. It would
Did
be
you write down your? Okay, I'm gonna ask
I
that.
wrote my answer down already. It's
Okay,
right there.
Okay.
We didn't even converse about the answer. I think he's just going to agree with.
Okay, what is your wager?
For what did it say? 210 bajillion points. My answer is, what is New York?
New York has held.
Wait,
They have to give theirs,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah.
Answer?
Yeah.
Especially since they didn't type it, Jake.
Yeah.
JC Marks.
Do you think we should switch it up now, or do you think we should keep?
No, I think we should stick with what we had.
All right.
Okay. So we'll bet 50 points.
Gajillion.
50 You know what? No, we're betting 210 points.
Okay.
All our points. What is New York?
New York has held 4 WrestleManias, which is the second most amount.
Yeah, so you guys won. All right.
No, it's a tie.
No, because they bet 210. I bet the gajillion, though.
Damn
Yeah, that's true. You guys,
Technicality. You know what? Good job, guys.
the Max won.
Well,
The
we
Max
were-
win Jeopardy.
Tell them what they've won.
You win a can of Steve the Turtle Wax.
We got this.
You don't win Lumberjake's T-shirt.
You win a broken chair.
Break your back, get a broken chair, no
I'll break
lumberjake shirt.
I'll break your chair and make you humble.
Dress shirts.
We're never gonna be invited back again.
That's not true. There's some peanuts in here.
Yeah,
Who wants some
spicy
real Planters peanuts?
Jake's gonna plant himself right here. You're never getting rid of him.
You're just digging stuff out of my couch.
Those are mine.
Sure they are, Mikey.
That we were debating Florida or New York. We were having a real hard time with that.
Florida was number 2 in my brain.
I originally jumped into Florida, and then I started thinking about New York, just because. Now, do you count that WrestleMania on New Jersey, New York?
No, I did not.
Oh,
Interesting.
all right.
I would have.
Yeah,
I would have too.
That's what I was. That's what was making me.
Yeah, well, I didn't want any
1,
controversy.
Right, 10, 20. I feel like those were all there, right? Plus,
There was also one at 2.
was in New York.
One of the 2s. That's right. Cool.
That's reasonable. I like it. Good job, guys. You beat us. I'm pissed again.
No, you guys won. You bet the gajillion.
No. We bet 210. You guys bet 210. Doubling our score easily. Whatever, guys. Next time, Jake. No Jeopardy like answers.
No,
We gotta get some
on the form of
buzzers. I feel like we
question.
gotta get actual
Yeah,
buzzers
let's get
next
like
time.
legit buzzers.
Can we play like Wheel of Fortune or something?
Okay.
Giant wheel.
Spell.
Oh yeah, no, not
We
Wheel
should
of
do a whole
Fortune.
podcast of wrestling related.
Family Feud.
Like
That's what I was gonna say.
Family Feud.
Yeah, but we could do Family Feud. We could do win, lose, or draw. We could do wrestling related. Yeah.
You guys just.
You guys just
Jake,
wait.
you're tasked
I'm
with it
in.
all.
I always wanted to do a Family Feud episode for the Monster Max show where we film it and stuff like that. So
There we go.
if you guys can just write it and like produce it and
No, Lumberjake's
do
got
all the
it.
work and stuff, and then I'll be in it. It'll be dope. All right.
We should have.
Cool.
We should have a
I got
bunch of
a
guests.
nice studio. I'm just saying.
Not here. He means like.
fun.
Yeah, this was fun, guys.
I enjoyed it again, man. This has been a great time. So hopefully, has it been a year since the last one?
Last year, it's been 1 year.
That's madness.
Yeah.
I feel like that it hasn't been that long. Let's not wait a year again. Let's do this like.
Well, you guys are on our House of Brick schedule. We only do it once a year.
But you still have to come on through
Yeah,
the theater.
right.
Yes.
It's not over. The fun's
Right.
not over.
Exactly.
It's never over.
No.
I'm just saying we definitely gotta
The Cosmic Ballet.
bring you guys in another time.
Definitely.
Absolutely. I mean, we'd love to be on here. We love you guys.
We love you guys.
Next time you guys come down too, I want a lumberjake T-shirt. Yeah. Absolutely free.
I would also
And-
like a Monster Jack shirt.
And I would also like Lumberjake to bring a metal folding chair down to my house.
If I had a nickel for every time I broke a folding chair I sat on, I could probably replace some of them.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys.
Check us out on 3waytheater.com, Podbean, iTunes.
You guys got NCW date? Another one coming up, right?
One last show, baby.
Yeah, that's right. We have a company NCW.
One more show. One more show.
One more show. Friday, November 10th at the Norwood Lodge of Elks in Norwood, Massachusetts.
WrestleFest 13.
You guys are too busy plugging the podcast.
I know.
To
Well,
plug your wrestling promotion.
Because it's a weird reversal of fortunes when NCW is more successful than another one of my projects. So,
Yeah, gotcha.
if we can get anybody
Like, I'm
to
trying
listen to
to push,
Three-Way
dog. I'm trying to
Theater,
push.
I'm all about that. We can't get those Monster Mac downloads. That's why we got to have you guys on our show.
Why we do the crossover.
It's all right. Our downloads have been fucking down lately too. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, it's
Waiting too long in between episodes.
But I'm proud to say that, besides all our episodes, our crossover episode with you guys is our most downloaded episode of Three-Way Theater.
Holla! It was a fun time to do it. And I just want to say thank you guys for having us on NCW these last couple months.
By
It's
the
been
way,
fun.
our second most viewed episode or listened to episode is the Peakies, which also featured the Monster Max.
Okay, we did that.
Ooh, the
quick.
Monster Max.
Monster Max. But yeah, thank you guys for having us at NCW. It's been
We
a
love
blast
having
since,
you.
since we've been there. It makes me go, like, why didn't we, stop being douchebags earlier? No. It's always just like, I don't know. Everybody, you guys are our friends, and I felt weird asking, like, hey, NCW, you know what I mean? And I'm sure you get that a lot going to shows and seeing guys.
It's tough because
And I'm totally not that dude. I'd rather hang out with you guys and, laugh and stuff.
I know what everybody thinks. I don't. Jesus, I don't know what.
Somebody give him a mic.
I don't like saying no to people. I know people think that I do, or like I get some sick joy.
Chris Amaral.
Chris Amber, he had his opportunity. He fucking blew it. You hear me, you sweaty motherfucker?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, hit us up in 4 years.
I'm very happy with that decision.
I was going to curse you at the show. I was like, dude, I've made it my entire wrestling career never having to
No
wrestle
offense.
Chris.
Hell of
and
a
I
guy.
thought you were going to be the one that was like, whoop, meh, give me the.
What's happened?
I know, but it didn't. It didn't.
It didn't.
It was gonna happen.
You got Theodore J. Liftington.
Yeah.
Upgrade.
Yeah, way better.
No, but I mean, there's so many people in our locker room. We have so many goddamn matches on a show, and like, I wish I could have everybody on the show. But
No.
an opportunity opened itself to have you guys there, and you guys fit in so well with the group and NCW as a whole.
It's been a blast so far.
Like,
Our crowd seems to have taken to us too, especially in the.
it took about 2 shows, like,
Right.
which really was only a span of a month because we had like back-to-back shows.
Quick, yeah.
This
But-
cat is pissed that I broke its chair.
By the time we got to you guys in the Posse and Dedham, the tag team title match you guys had, you guys came out and the crowd went fucking wild.
They were ready. Yeah, it was great.
Like, I was just glad to have you guys there. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure, guys. So we also have that's the 10th, right? November 10th.
Yeah.
No Word
November 10th.
Elks, and we have November 4th for House of Bricks.
Yeah.
Um,
Brick House.
We have some other wrestling dates that I don't know off the top of my head.
But they're there.
They're there. Facebook, I guess.
Be there. I will.
Yeah, hopefully.
Maybe.
Will your eyes be open?
I think so. Yeah. So thank you very much for coming down, guys.
Monster Mac is the Gilbert Gottfried of the podcasting world.
We got that movie review too. You want to review some WrestleManiac, I believe, was the choice.
We got kiboshed on our original idea to do Sting.
Moment of truth.
Little,
Too religious-y.
too religious, too controversial.
Because somebody's gonna say if we record like we recorded a 2-hour podcast right now, right?
Yes.
I'm sure somebody's pissed off at something that we said,
I know. I'm sorry.
and it's almost guaranteed, and we didn't talk about religion at all. Right. So imagine throwing religion into the mix, and inside that 2-hour conversation, somebody's gonna say like, I can't even make the joke and say it because it'll piss people off.
I know you had problems with that before. I remember an episode that it caused a little bit of an uproar.
It's been a few, man.
I mean, we're gonna go with WrestleManiac because it has 3-way theater staples, tits, and horror. So
and they're wearing masks.
Yes,
Yeah.
That works for us too.
Lucha.
So we're gonna get that going soon. Hopefully, we'll try to set something up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
there we go.
I mean, I really appreciate you coming down, Mac.
Much appreciated. That was the 3-way theater here on the Mack. Trainee.
What?
Say cast, dude. They got the in-sync thing.
Oh, cast! I didn't even see the mic over there. I didn't even.
They get the all in sync. They do the words together. They're adapting that, Trainee. So thank you very much for listening to the Mack.
You guys were gonna say something?
Well, I just wanted to sign out. I'm Lumberjake.
I'm Mike Bava.
And I'm JC.
And we are 3-Way Theater.
Here on the Mack.
Good night, everybody. Have a great night.
You're supposed to say cast.